Okay, Catalan Derby night. Espanyol at RCDE. Barca rolling in as league leaders.
And it's not just rolling. They're top with a 4-point cushion over Madrid and an 8-game league win streak.
Which is why everyone's calling them overwhelming favorites, but Espanyol being fifth changes the vibe.
Fifth, with their own 5-match win streak. This isn't the usual park the bus and pray Espanyol story.
Still, the history is brutal. Barca haven't lost a league derby to them since 2009.
17 years is basically an entire football lifetime. The derby curse is real.
Yet the fun part is the clash of identities. Barca's firepower versus Espanyol's structure.
Exactly. Barca are scoring 51 and 18, almost 3 per match, and Espanyol are conceding just 17 and 17.
That's the irresistible force meeting a very organized object.
But Espanyol's object isn't a brick wall in attack. 22 goals in 17 matches is decent, not deadly.
Their paradox is hilarious. Loads of dangerous attacks, but the finishing doesn't cash the checks.
Which is why their plan has to be selective. Survive the waves, then bite in transition, or on a set piece.
Speaking of waves, Ferran Torres is basically the headline act right now.
11 goals in 17 league games as Barca's top scorer. He's turned into the, fine, I'll do it myself guy.
And he's doing it without the team needing a classic number 9 every week.
That's flickball. Movement, rotations, and midfielders arriving. Everyone becomes the striker at some point.
Then there's Rafinha, quietly absurd output when he plays.
7 goals in 11 league appearances, plus assists. He's a problem on that right side, cutting in or crossing early.
And Lamine Yamal. I swear, every derby needs a teenager with a flamethrower storyline.
He's the chaos merchant in the best way. Touches everywhere, shots everywhere, and he makes defenders backpedal in panic.
So Espanyol's backline has to choose. Step out and risk getting spun, or sink in and risk getting boxed in.
The 4-2-3-1 helps them. Double pivot shielding, narrow shape, and the wingers tracking back to crowd the half spaces.
But crowding the half spaces is exactly where Barca want to overload with Pedri and the wide men.
Right, and if Barca get that triangle, winger, fullback, midfielder, Espanyol's fullbacks get stretched, and the center backs start seeing ghosts.
The midfield battle is fascinating. On paper, Barca's technical quality should dominate.
Possession will tilt Barca. 60% or more feels normal. But the question is, what Espanyol do with the moments they win it?
Because Barca's defensive story this season is a little wobbly for a team on top.
Wobbly is polite. Their offside trap timing isn't as sharp, and that's lethal when you live on a high line.
It's like the choreography is half a beat late. One runner times it, and suddenly the keeper's in a foot race.
And Flick's even pointed at pressing intensity. If the first press is soft, the high line becomes a liability.
So Espanyol's route is pretty clear. Beat the first press, hit the channel, force a center back to turn.
Or win corners and free kicks and make it ugly, because Barca have looked uncomfortable defending set pieces lately.
That's where derbies get spicy. One dead ball goal, and the stadium turns into a megaphone.
And then Barca have to chase, which can open the game, even if they're the better side.
Let's talk Espanyol personnel. Their shape depends on that double pivot doing disciplined work.
Gonzalez and Lozano aren't flashy, but they're the kind of pair that keeps the team from breaking into 2 pieces.
And then you've got Javier Milla as the older brain in the middle. He's the slow it down, breathe button.
If he can find the striker early, Espanyol can skip the part where Barca suffocate them for 90 seconds straight.
But skipping pressure against Barca is like skipping traffic in Barcelona. Sounds great until you realize everyone else had the same idea.
Exactly. One sloppy touch, and suddenly Yamal's sprinting at you with 2 options and 0 fear.
There's also a nice little emotional subplot with the keeper, Joan Garcia, facing his youth club in their stadium.
Those games can be weird. You either get nerves or you get that I'll prove you wrong focus.
In a derby, even a routine save feels like a statement.
And every time he goes down to claim a cross, half the crowd will act like it's time wasting.
Now, Recent head-to-heads haven't been close in terms of outcomes. Barca wins, Espanyol resisting.
But the scorelines show Espanyol can at least land punches. Draws in 2022, competitive moments, even if the trend is Barca's.
So if you're Espanyol, you're selling the idea, this is our best form in years. Why not now?
And if you're Barca, you're selling the opposite. We don't do drama in this fixture anymore.
The tactical key for Barca is width. Stretch the block, then slice through it.
Which means Rafinha and Yamal need to keep winning those 1v1s or forcing 2v1s.
And Ferran's movement has to drag a center back just enough to open a lane for a cutback.
Cutbacks are the Derbi cheat code. Compact defenses hate them because they break the face-the-ball comfort.
For Espanyol, the key is patience. Don't chase shadows for 70 minutes and collapse at 71.
Exactly. Hold shape, clear second balls, and don't let Pedri pick passes from the top of the box unbothered.
But holding shape also means you're inviting wave after wave. Fatigue isn't just physical, it's mental.
And the moment the fullback steps a half meter too far inside, that's when Barca whip across to the far post.
So what does your gut say about the score?
I'm landing on a narrow Barca win. 2-1 feels right. Enough quality to break through. Enough defensive vulnerability to concede.
Same. Barca's front three have too much output, but they're not airtight at the back.
The how matters. I concede Barca scoring first, Espanyol leveling on a set piece or a transition, then Barca finding a late winner.
Or Barca go 2-0 up, get complacent, concede, and spend the last 15 minutes defending like it's a final.
Either way, it's the kind of match where Espanyol can be good and still lose because Barca are better at turning one chance into a goal.
And Barca can be good and still look shaky because their weaknesses are structural, not just bad luck.
Which is what makes it a derby worth watching. Favorites, yes, but not a snooze.
All right. Kickoffs 8 p.m. Greenwich mean time to 1:30 a.m. in India on the 4th. Coffee or chaos?
Both. Derby nights don't respect sleep schedules. And neither does Lamine Yamal.